gonna meet yourself coming back?
I'm telling you,
You need a helicopter.
We spend Fridays in Chattanooga. After the game, my wife and I will drive back home. We'll go to bed. Now, the good news is it's a 7 o'clock start in Memphis.
Oh, okay.
So we can sleep in a little bit. Yeah. But and then Saturday night we'll be in Memphis for the Tigers taking on Tulsa. Tulsa's a sneaky team, but the Tigers should come out on top to go to 6-0. 6-0.
Okay.
Wow.
And they're in the driver's seat right now to make the college football playoff from the group of 5.
Uh-huh.
So I'm hoping that Gabriel, now they've got him projected right now to play one of 2 teams.
Okay.
In the first round, if they make the group of 5. Gabriel will get to go to LSU or get to go to Texas.
All right.
So it'll be interesting. And then Vanderbilt is now traveling down to Alabama for the revenge match, right?
Yes.
Anchor down,
Isn't that
boys.
odd that Alabama's playing a revenge match against Vanderbilt, right? And so,
tables
No one saw it coming.
but this is Vanderbilt is a very good football team, and what they do very well. And Clark Lee, I think his name is that right? Clark Lee, the head coach of what's his name? I forget. But the head coach of Vanderbilt, he's kind of taken a playbook from Coach Saban of it doesn't matter who we play, we're going to do what we do at the best of our ability.
Right.
And if they stop us, we tip our hat. And so far, nobody's been able to stop Vanderbilt.
No.
And then Tennessee has the bye week, and then they get to go play Arkansas. The problem is with Arkansas is you don't know what you're going to get now because Sam Pittman's been fired. Bobby Petrino's now the interim head coach. So all their film that they've had over the last 5 weeks could be thrown out the window. So the Volunteers may be walking into a buzzsaw because you don't know what you're going to get. That's very dangerous right now. And coming off a bye week, how do you prepare for a team that has a new head coach? What's going to be their mentality?
Right.
And I guarantee you they're watching old films of Louisville and old films of Arkansas of Bobby Petrino to try to figure out what he's going to do. So be careful with them walking in there because remember after that I think is Alabama. Might be a trap game for the Volunteers. And you can't lose a second game in the SEC.
No.
Cannot lose a second
No,
game.
you can't.
So they're up against it the rest of the year. The Vols got to probably run the table to make the playoffs. And if they don't, then they're not going to make the playoffs because there's just too many good teams out there this year. We saw what Ole Miss did to LSU, beat LSU. So Texas is still rolling. Texas A&M is still rolling. Oklahoma is still rolling.
Yes.
Where are the Gators at? I hadn't heard much about the Gators.
They're in the swamp.
They're in the swamp.
They're in the swamp.
You know
It's
what?
not a good time for the Gators.
You know what? They used to kick our butts every year.
Well,
so, I mean,
back in the day, the Gators were pretty strong.
They were.
So,
Every football team goes through that time.
it's an ebb and a
When
flow.
you just got to grit your teeth and keep moving forward. Vanderbilt's had it for a long time. They're on a big upswing right now, right?
Tennessee had it for a long time too.
I mean, Tennessee had it for a long time. Memphis, and then now they're one of the best programs in the country right now. I'm just telling you right now, with all the job openings, I don't see Ryan Silverfield staying at Memphis. There's no way. He's going to get too much money thrown at him to go take over a big Power 4 conference team. I think he's won at least 10 or 11 games the last 4 years. Well, that's going to interest a lot of people.
It does.
And then what's that team up in Nashville? What are they called?
The Titans.
Oh God!
There's some team we
Bless
have.
their
There's
hearts.
some team we have in the NFL in Tennessee, isn't
Oh, don't even remind me.
it? Wow.
Bless
It
them.
is. Yes. Wow.
Hey, just stay focused on college football, folks. That's where we
Amen.
can do all our cheering.
That's the positive.
And if we could get college football like one of those teams to play on Sunday,
Yeah.
we'd have something to look forward to after church.
Yes, we would.
You know,
Yeah.
I mean, golly.
I mean, I've always got something to look forward to after church.
what a bad football team.
Yeah.
But,
They just and here we are building them this fantastic new home.
don't get me going.
They may be the worst team of the bunch with the newest stadium available.
And as I go to Nashville all the time, I see it, and
Yeah.
it's going to be impressive.
Oh yes, we can
mean,
see it from the window
I
in
mean,
the office.
It's
Yeah.
going
my
to be an
goodness.
impressive facility when it's done. I've already talked to TSSAA about moving the state championships to that new arena
Well, that makes
because
sense.
it's centrally located. It'd
Yeah.
be indoors, so it'd take the weather aspect out of it.
Oh, that'd be good.
And it could be a really huge venue for high school sports in Tennessee. So, but yeah, congratulations to the Tigers, the Commodores, and Volunteers. So far, the test has been met, doing very well. If the field goal kicker would have kicked the ball like he was supposed to, we could have had 3 undefeated teams
Yeah.
this late in the year.
Yes, that would have been neat.
That was a rough day.
Rough day. So, but we probably got
All
to take a
right,
break.
yeah, we got to take a break. We'll be back after these messages.
This is Big Lou Maddox, and you're listening to the best radio in southern Middle Tennessee. WKOM 101.7 FM, Columbia.
Visit your local Buick and GMC dealership first for new or GM certified pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs. Parks Motor Sales. At Parks, professional sales staff makes shopping easy. Buick and GMC financing can put you in the vehicle you want, and GMC certified technicians keep vehicles running great. Experience the new Buick at Parks Motor Sales. Go online to parksmotorsales.com. Find your favorite vehicle. Then stop by Parks at 919 Nashville Highway for a test drive. Parks GMC. We are professional grade.
Hello, I'm Barbara Lincoln with Hollins Pharmacy. You may have heard our previous commercials about compression hosiery that we carry at Hollins Pharmacy. Well, we've recently expanded into a full line of knee braces, back, wrist, ankle, and other support wear. We will gladly help you get just the right fit for these items and, of course, special order items to ensure the proper fit. Come see us at Hollins Pharmacy, 1608 Hatcher Lane, or call us at 931-388-4233. 388-4233.
Hi, I'm Steve, the garbage man. By now you all know about Don, our service truck guy. Well, let me tell you about another member of our service team, and that's Mike Ashley. He's the guy you'll talk to when you call the office. Just call and talk to Mike one time at 931-540-0919, and you'll see why we're lucky to have him here at the Garbage Man. Thanks, Mike, for all you do to keep the Garbage Man first in service. That's 931-540-0919.
You're not just a homeowner. You're also a bug in the basement with the frightening number of legs owner. Fortunately, you've got heating and cooling built and tested to keep going. American Standard Heating and Air Conditioning, built to a higher standard.
Call Davis Heating and Cooling at 931-388-2090 for all your home comfort needs. Davis Heating and Cooling is your local independent American Standard dealer and proudly serves the Murray County area. Find Davis Heating and Cooling online and on Facebook or call today, 388-2090.
Hi, this is Terry from Tillis Jewelry. From the intricate details of the Victorian era to the lace-like beauty of the Edwardian filigree, the bold Art Deco lines, glamorous retro styles, and sleek modern designs, engagement rings have always told the love story through history. October 3rd and 4th, discover them all at Tillis Jewelry Estate and Vintage Event. Explore one-of-a-kind engagement rings and heirlooms waiting to become part of your story. Tillis Jewelry, one store, one focus, you.
Hi, I'm Matt Perales, manager of Murray County Equipment. We help you with all your agriculture and construction equipment needs. We carry a full line of New Holland tractors from compacts to high horsepower. We have a full line of Gravely mowing equipment. We also have New Holland construction equipment, attachments, and accessories for your tractors and a complete parts department. We are locally owned and operated. Come see us at 1075 North James Campbell Boulevard or learn about us on Facebook or contact us at 931-490-8183.
Hi, I'm Kelly Dobson, owner of Caring Hearts Home Healthcare here in Columbia. For over 20 years, we've proudly served our community, locally owned and operated, providing trusted care you can count on. We support seniors, individuals with disabilities, and even short-term care after surgery. From personal care to homemaking and companionship, our team is here to help you or your loved one live safely and comfortably at home. Call Caring Hearts today at 931-381-5470 or stop by in person, 1121 Trotwood Avenue here in Columbia.
Oh, yeah. Oh, we're back. And we're back. We're going to have a history moment, aren't we?
Well, I guess you might call that.
Will you pull the microphone closer to your face, please?
Who are we talking about today?
Cordell Hull.
Well, I happen to work in his building.
Yeah.
Yes. I have this great interest in all these things that are named for people, and nobody even knows who they were. They were very important in their day. Otherwise they wouldn't have named something for. But I just get really aggravated that we did something to honor somebody. We named a school or a football field or something, and we tossed their names around, but we never did know what they did.
Well, as a historian, I believe that if you name something, and I think in Cordell Hull, Scott, you may correct me if I'm wrong, there's a plaque or some kind of context to who he was, to the state or to the nation. I think it's important if you do name something, you have a plaque or some remembrance of something of that person in the building so that people have context.
Okay.
But kudos to his mom and dad.
Yes.
For naming him Cordell.
You know, that's about as interesting a name as you could have. He was the Secretary of State.
The longest serving Secretary of State.
Of any. And he worked with Franklin Roosevelt. And he served from 1933.
But he was the longest because we didn't have term limits. We didn't have term limits of Roosevelt, so that's why he served with Roosevelt.
That's it. That's right. And he served until 1944. So he'll always hold that record. There won't be anybody have the chance to do that. But he was born in 1871, which means he was there during the end of Reconstruction. He saw a lot of what was left over from the Civil War, and he was very much interested in peace, and that may be attributed to, and that we say that about Woodrow Wilson. They grew up listening to tales about the war, and they became really interested in promoting peace. But he served in the Tennessee legislature in 1906, and in 1920 he lost his seat to a Republican. Imagine that. Nevertheless, he remained the center of national politics, and he was the chairman of the Democratic National Committee. And in 1928, he thought he might like to be vice president, but he didn't make it through the convention. And in order to, we are paying you back, thank you very much. He introduced Roosevelt at the convention, and so he got to be Secretary of State. He repaid the favor for the presidential nomination. I'll nominate you for president. Now, what are you going to do for me? He was interested in foreign policy making, and he was interested, as I said before, in peace. He promoted trade liberalization, closer relations with Latin America, and a post-war multinational institute to promote peace and security. And of course, that became the UN. He was always there to deal with what needed to be patched up, and he and President Roosevelt came up with this good neighbor policy to be able to get the American states to come together. And his greatest contribution to the post-war world came with the realm of international trade. And all this sounds very modern. He believed in Woodrow Wilson's vision of liberal internationalism. He believed that free trade promoted peace and prosperity. He considered tariff barriers a pressing issue that had contributed to the economic decline leading to the Great Depression. And in 1934, he helped secure the reciprocal trade agreements, which gave the president authority to personally negotiate bilateral tariff reductions. He also championed the creation of the United Nations, and he won the Nobel Peace Prize in 1945. He resigned as Secretary of State for health reasons, but did serve as a delegate to the United Nations. The first United Nations conference was held in San Francisco in 1945, and he died in 1955 in Washington, D.C. But he is considered the father of the United Nations. And if you've ever been to the building, that is a magnificent place to I'm sure there's something there. We've been there, but I'm sure
we've been there, and we've been to the one in Switzerland too.
Yeah, we have. I'm sure there's something there, but I don't remember reading.
I'm listening to you intently because I've got a tag on the list that I know of.
Oh,
I did a paper on it.
Oh, yay!
When I was at Wisconsin, I did a paper on this, and I had nothing to do with Tennessee at the time.
Right.
But now I do, and I have an interesting tidbit to throw in here.
Well, that was prophetic that you were able to do that. But he's just another one. At one time, Tennessee was a big player in national politics. And as the nation has grown and expanded our boundaries, we're not as important as we were at one time, thanks to Andrew Jackson and Polk and Johnson, but there are a lot of good people who have made the world a better place that came from little old Tennessee, which was once the western frontier.
Yes.
And that's about
all.
That's about all.
That's all right. Well, let Scott put his.
So,
yeah, Scott's got an inspiration.
So the paper I wrote was about when he was Secretary of State.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you remember right before Pearl Harbor?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That the Japanese ambassadors were sitting outside of his office waiting to give him the paperwork that they were going to destroy relations and declare war on America.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And because he got tied up in a meeting, they weren't able to do it. And that's why it became a sneak attack, an unprovoked attack.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is because they didn't get the time to give Cordell Hull those papers showing that they were going to dissolve the relationship with the United States.
So meeting.
Oh, that's very
The
interesting.
Japanese ambassador Kishaburo Nomura and Japan's special envoy Saburo Kurosawa were waiting to see Hull with a 14-part message from the Japanese government that officially notified of a breakdown in negotiations. And the United States had broken Japanese encryption, and Hull knew the message's contents. So here's the question. Did he do it on purpose?
Probably.
To make it a sneak attack.
Strategically. Yeah.
So, the Cordell Hull.
That's a good
That is.
And that's one of the first ways I crossed paths with Tennessee.
Yeah.
Was I wrote a paper on Cordell Hull because I'm a history major. Most of the papers I wrote were on World War II and
Yeah.
leading up to it and during the war and stuff like that.
That's
So
cool.
I thought it was fascinating about how we got into the Japanese war. And
Yeah. Well, I didn't know the fact. I knew that the Japanese were there, but I didn't know that other part. My goodness.
So
That
there you
is
have it.
cool.
That's
is cool.
amazing.
Yeah. Well, Drake, we're going to go ahead and take our break, and then we will come back and we'll finish up.
All right, y'all.
You're listening to your local radio.
101.7 WKOM Columbia.
This is Trip Stoltz with Columbia Ace Hardware. I love listening to 101.7 WKOM FM, Columbia, Tennessee.
Hold on to your hats. Academy Sports and Outdoors is finally opening in Columbia this October. Need a grill that says, "We smoke brisket and our football rivals"? We got you. A fishing rod that screams, "I reel in hogs and pack a mean cooler"? We got that too. How about a new pair of shoes that say, "I run trails and look fly doing it"? You got it. At your new Academy in Columbia, we'll have all the sports and outdoor gear you need at undefeatable prices every day. Because here, fun can't lose.
This is Mark Curry at the Trailer Store. We are a local, family-owned business. Every day, I work with my wife, Susie, my mother, Becky, and my son, Justin. We offer a full line of lawnmower trailers, utility trailers, stock trailers, and a full line of trailer parts. We also offer service. Come see us at 1021 New Lewisburg Highway. Call us at 931-381-2795. That's 931-381-2795.
Debbie Matthews, realtor, and her husband Jason, who is a prose songwriter, also own a music publishing company. They live in historic downtown Columbia with their dogs. Dog rescue work is their passion project. They consider Middle Tennessee their backyard, and their lives are full of all things Tennessee. Debbie says there is no greater honor than to help someone find a home. To be trusted with that job, there is no greater privilege. Call Debbie at the Nashville Realty Group, 615-476-3224, 615-476-3224.
This is Del Kennedy from Porch Radio. Today I'm in beautiful downtown Columbia at your hometown grocery store, Foodland. They have a new sale paper out with sales which run from today through next Tuesday. I'm talking with Bobby Howell, your hometown grocer. Bobby, what's happening at Foodland this week?
We got boneless whole pork loins, $1.99 a pound. New York strip steaks, $5.99 a pound. Michigan grown apples, Go Delicious or Gala, $3.99 for a 5-pound bag. Mandarin oranges, 3-pound bag for $3.99. Niagara water, 24-pack, 3 for $10. Lux beans, 5 for $5. Food Club tomatoes, 5 for $5 also.
And folks, that is just a sampling of the many specials available here at Foodland. And don't forget, Foodland has the best meat department in Murray County. If you don't see what you want, just go back there and ask the butchers for what you want, and they'll give it to you. Bobby, have a great week.
Thank you and God bless.
For 40 years, the Jewelers Bench has worked hard for their customers and provided the highest quality jewelry at the best price. They keep going back. Recent renovations have allowed them to expand their inventory. More high-quality jewelry, custom, vintage, and estate pieces, and professional jewelry and watch repairs. They also buy gold. The Jewelers Bench, still here, still great service. 808 Trotwood Avenue, Columbia.
Hey, this is Seth Moss at Tennessee Valley Equipment, a premier FAE PrimeTech, Bandit, and Shurex dealer. We are your dealer for all of your land clearing and forestry mulching needs. We sell equipment, provide repair service, and parts along with a rental fleet of mulching equipment. We also offer mulching teeth, blades, and sharpening. Our number one priority is getting you up and running as quickly and affordable as possible. Tennessee Valley is located at 300 Santa Fe Pike in wonderful Columbia, Tennessee. Stop by or give us a call today at 931-981-9812.
All right, we're back. There's a lot of things going on. It's fall finally. It's October, so there's lots of things. It's First Friday, y'all. So from 5 to 8, it is First Friday in downtown Columbia. But before First Friday, they're having the Thurgood Marshall statue unveiling at 5 p.m. at the new roundabout on East 8th Street. The Columbia Peace and Justice Initiative, that they should be applauded for putting up a statue in the roundabout. So that unveiling will happen today at 5 o'clock. And that will be neat for that. And then you can just go on up South Main to downtown for First Friday. The theme for First Friday is Team Jersey Night. So wear your favorite team's jersey tonight. They're also, Tillis Jewelry's having their vintage and estate jewelry sale.
And it will take your breath away.
You should go and visit the Tillises and see what kind of treasures that you might add, a family heirloom of sorts.
Take your breath away.
Take your breath away.
Separate your money from your wallet.
We got Strolling on 6th going on as well. There's a play at the Placard Playhouse, Oliver. They're pumpkin patches. They're two Pumpkin Paradise and Hidden Bee Farm pumpkin patch. So they're two pumpkin patches. And if you really want to scare yourself, go to Miller's Thrillers on Carter's Creek
Oh,
Pike.
good gosh.
That is going on. This is also a good time of year that walking tours happen in Columbia. So the James K. Polk Home on October the 4th has a walking tour of Family of Influence. Tickets are between $16 and $22. You can call the James K. Polk Home at 931-388-2354 to reserve a spot. Also, ghost tours. Adam and Kayla Southern are back doing their ghost tours, and how wonderful this is. It is their 16th year to do the ghost tours downtown on Saturday. If you are interested, you can give them a call at 931-797-3316. The tickets are $10 a piece, and it does fill up fast. So I would suggest if you would like to do that, and they do a really good job taking you through downtown, telling ghost stories, and I think that is really neat.
Tell you what, we had a great turnout. I hate I wasn't on the show last week to mention this. We had a great turnout at the Mid-South Live Steamers last week.
Yes, that was a really cool event that's been going on since I was a child at Murray County Park.
I'm a member of I have a train myself.
Oh wow!
I don't have a steam engine because I'm poor, but I do have an electric diesel, and they've let me drive some of the steam engines, and they're a lot of fun to operate. I've actually got some burn marks on my arms right now from one of the steam engines. So
you can prove you were there.
Yeah, exactly. I got my war scars, but yeah, that was a smash hit last week, and just it's always a great time down there.
Fantastic. And Riverside First Methodist Church is having their breakfast tomorrow morning at their church, so go out and support them. Scott, what's going on in state politics?
So October 7th is coming up.
Yes.
It's marking, unfortunately, the 2-year anniversary of what happened on that fateful day in Israel.
Yes.
When Hamas attacked and killed so many people. I'll be speaking on Sunday at the temple up in Nashville about October 7th, and my thoughts of coming back from Israel, etc. So that's something to remember. Also, a lot of people have asked me about Memphis. What's going on with Memphis? What's the plan with Memphis? The plan with Memphis is to take the grip of crime off of that city, and to allow people to have the opportunity to live their lives without having to live in fear. We have a huge problem in there with gangs. We have a huge problem with violence and gun violence. And so the governor and leadership in the General Assembly, we basically said enough. We want Memphis back. We want Memphis, the old Memphis, back of what it used to be. And if you're listening to this show and you think back into the day of what Memphis used to be,
it was lovely.
It was the place that people used to go and vacation to and visit and see the culture down there. Beale Street and all of. I mean, if I say
Graceland.
Sun Records, everybody knows what that is.
Oh yeah.
And there's a lot of history right now, and a lot of opportunity, both culturally and economically, that is trapped right now. And so the governor and the General Assembly, we have made it perfectly clear that we are going to help Memphis get out from under the grip of crime.
That's good.
We have partnered with the federal government. Now that's the way it's supposed to be. We have partnered with the federal government. We've asked President Trump to send National Guard troops down, and right now, logistical support, tactical support, right? Law enforcement, and I can testify to this because Gabriel's down there, and Gabriel has seen and experienced that you had better obey the traffic laws down there because they are pulling you over for any reason possible because they want to see who you are, see if there's a wants or warrants for you. Gabriel said there are tow trucks everywhere.
Wow!
From when they pull people over, they got wants and warrants, and they're towing their cars. They are.
So the impound lot is probably
full.
Is full.
And if there's drugs, then those cars are confiscated. So we are determined that we are going to drive that element out of Memphis, so that parents cannot live in fear of their children going to school or playing outside, or worrying about who's going to be talking to them when they go through the grocery store or something.
Yeah.
So a big concerted effort. It's going to take some time. The governor assured us that for sure the National Guard will be there for 30 days, and then we'll see how it's going. Law enforcement has been doing a tremendous job. I think since this whole thing has started with Operation Viper I've talked about, over 500 criminals have been arrested.
Wow.
And I think in the last couple of days, over 97 people who had wants or warrants have been apprehended by police. We've confiscated many illegal guns, drugs, all kinds of stuff. So, the old McGruff thing, let's take a bite out of crime.
Yeah.
We're taking,
McGruff.
We're grabbing hold of it, and we're not letting go.
Right.
And we're going to set Memphis free. We're going to set Memphis free and allow Memphis to be Memphis again.
Good.
Or maybe it will become most unwelcoming to those kind of people.
We're going to make it so. I tell you, we're going to make it so. And our law enforcement, I'm telling you, these men and women are doing a heck of a job down there, and we need to support them in this.
Yes, we do.
We need to support those men and women in law enforcement that are going down there and knocking on the doors and executing the warrants, because it's a dangerous job.
It is a dangerous job.
So, and then the next step is we're going to have to turn our attention towards Nashville. And we need to get Nashville back under control because, Nashville economically is doing very well.
Oh, yes.
But how much better could it do?
Oh, yes.
Right. And if we could unlock the economic potential and the educational, that's the other bill. There's a bill sitting on the House floor right now to allow the commissioners to take over failing school districts. That's going to be the next step that we're going to have to take, is we got to get not only the economic and the criminal economic flourishing in Memphis because we've got rid of the crime element. The next step is we got to get that educational system performing where it should be to give these kids a better shot. So lots going on. And then President Trump, you saw that, the 20-point plan for peace with Gaza. I've read it multiple times. Very well thought out. Strategically withdrawn, making sure there's benchmarks that they have to meet. And broad support from the international community about, okay, enough's enough. You have to return the hostages. Hamas, you must lay down your weapons. Enough is enough.
They have exceeded enough many times,
yes.
haven't they?
And as an international world, we have to say, Hamas, enough. No more. and there is no place in this world for terrorism.
No, there's not.
Zero. And so I think President Trump and Prime Minister Netanyahu did agree to the 20-point plan, and the European leaders and leaders around the world who support this plan. I think we've all put terrorists on notice of, we're done with you. No more.
Well, they'll just have to find somewhere else to
Yep.
play.
Well, we can show them divergence if we have to. And I think that's what President made perfectly clear is if you don't accept this, then Israel's going to do what they have to do to get rid of Hamas. And that's the way it is. And so a lot of things happening. And by the way, we're 2.5 months from going back into session.
Oh, my.
2.5 months.
So are y'all going to still have the limit on the bills?
10 bills.
10 bills.
10 bills.
So
In the House.
In the House. So, and that's, y'all had that last year.
We had 13 last year. It came down from 15.
Okay.
We wanted to go to 7.
Oh.
And then we compromised at 10. And then we said, okay, let's go from 15 to 13 to 10.
So it's just a gradual.
Yeah, and now we're down. We're going to stop at 10. And it's tough because if you've been up there a while like I have and you carry bills and are successful in passing them, a lot of people want you to carry their legislation.
Right.
So I can only carry 10. And my dance card is getting full pretty quick. And I always got to hold a spot because normally Governor Lee sends me a bill and normally the Speaker gives me a bill. And they're normally ones that are tough. So, but boy, I'll tell you what, from on that trip I took to Israel with all the other representatives from around the country, I'm telling you, we got it pretty good in Tennessee, folks.
Oh, yeah.
We got it pretty good. And they all know it.
Every time I see those the film of those places that have been bombed so heavily, where do you start to clean all that up? What do you do with all that debris?
And that was very interesting in the 20-point plan.
Yeah.
Was the world is going to help rebuild with investment. They're going to help rebuild Gaza. And let me tell you, I've been there, folks. It's decimated. I mean, because of all the terror tunnels.
Oh, yeah.
They just have to. They have to destroy everything to make sure that the tunnels can't be used.
Yeah.
Just to the north of Gaza, about 15 to 20 miles, is a city called Ashkelon.
Mm-hmm.
Go look it up on Google. It's beautiful. It sits right on the Mediterranean.
Oh.
Kind of like Memphis, right?
Yeah.
The opportunity of what Gaza could be for cultural, for educational, for economic, it could be the jewel of the Mediterranean.
Mm-hmm.
If you just get the terrorists out of there and let these people govern themselves in a peaceful manner with Israel just providing security for them. That's it. And Israel will supply power, they'll supply water, they'll supply technology, they'll supply protection. We just got to get them to be able to self-govern themselves in a democracy.
Mm-hmm.
And that place, you mark my words, if they do that, in 20 years, we're going to see that skyline and go, wow, I remember the pictures when it looked like this, and now it looks like this.
Mm-hmm.
It's that's why we do what we do, is to give people hope and opportunity.
Well, those people have been so devastated for so long.
Oh, yeah.
That I'm sure their faith in mankind does
Oh,
not
yeah.
exist.
Well, we're going, and that's one of the deals, and is that the Arab nations are going to start to open their borders up to these people that want out, right? Now, they may want out now, but hopefully maybe they'll want back in when it becomes what we hope it can be.
It's cleaned up, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And wouldn't that be great, is to have Gaza what it could be, thriving? Like, I can tell you what, I've been to Tel Aviv. It's incredible. I mean, it is nothing but investment, and it's foreign investment, right?
Yeah.
What Gaza could be and what Memphis could be.
Yes.
What economic might Memphis could be.
Well, it's on the Mississippi.
You know, it is I didn't know this. Do you know it's one of the major, there's New Orleans, Memphis, St. Louis, and Chicago in the railroads?
Yeah.
Those are the 4 main switchers for the entire country.
Oh, I didn't know
So
that.
if it's Faro Mexico coming out of Mexico, their engines stop in Memphis. If it's Santa Fe, their engine BNS, they stop in Memphis. If it's Canadian National, they stop in Memphis. If it's Burlington Northern or CSX, they stop in Memphis. It is a huge logistical hub.
Conveniently located.
And then we got FedEx there.
Yeah, FedEx is. Yeah,
I mean,
I was gonna say FedEx is there. They fly out all the time.
If we could just, and that's what we're trying to do, and that's why pray for those men and women that are doing their job in Memphis right now, that they get to go home every night, because they're doing a job that's extremely dangerous right now, because the bad guys are bad guys for a reason.
Yes.
So.
Yes.
Well.
What do you have any bills that you can talk about that are potentially on the board, or?
Yeah, I guess there's a couple. We are working on a homelessness bill.
Okay.
We are, you know Bethany Torino?
Yes.
So Bethany and I have been working on this. She got me introduced to this about 2 years ago about these problems. And these are problems that nobody wants to talk about, right?
Yeah.
They're very hard. They're very sad. I shake my head sometimes, and I don't understand how adults can treat children like this. I don't get it, right? It doesn't compute to me. But we're trying to look at the whole system, and we can probably all agree that as big as government is, the bureaucracy doesn't normally function well. And we're trying, so we're doing a study right now to look at the whole system and see how it functions and or dysfunctions, and how to come up with a better way to do things, right? And so we're waiting for that report to come back from TASER. It's the study people, and about what their recommendations are to make our NGOs, or our non-government organizations, our not-for-profits, and our government work better when it comes to homelessness and children, and stuff like that. That's something that we got to fix. A lot of that can be education, but there's still people slipping through. So that's one bill. The other bill is we're working on higher ed right now. We've got to get better performance out of higher ed. We have to get better performance. And if we're not going to get better performance out of higher ed, then we got to curtail their ability to keep raising tuition.
Yeah, it's
getting out of hand.
It's going to become unaffordable. Yeah.
And so and our out of state students are climbing in Tennessee. So if you're an out-of-state student, you pay a lot more to go to that university.
Yes.
So why are you having to raise tuition on in-state students?
Yeah.
When your out-of-state population is increasing?
Yeah.
It should be, as that increases, tuition should lower. So I'll be working with THEC, Tennessee Higher Education Commission, about how we look at tuition and how we look at graduation rates, and then looking at the board makeup on who appoints the board.
Okay.
I led the very first bill. The governors normally had carte blanche appointment of all these boards, and we've been systematically breaking them up to where it's 3, 3, and 3. The speaker gets 3, the lieutenant governor gets 3, and the governor gets 3. So we bring more of a balance to those committees.
That's good.
And the next one I'll be working on is THEC, is the governor makes all the appointments right now. Well, because we have a new governor coming in, let's set the table of expectation now that, hey, we're going to start to break all these appointments up so that the General Assembly has 2/3 of the picks, because the General Assembly is who's most closest to the people.
Yeah.
And let that weigh in a little bit heavier than the governor, who's at the very highest level. Let's let the General Assembly have some picks, because I elect the speaker for you, and the Senator Hensley elects the lieutenant governor. So those two positions work for us, and so we can wield some influence on those two positions. I can't wield much position. I can do some with the governor, but he's still the governor, right? But the speakers and stuff, I think that's the way to go, is to start to break these appointments up to give more balance. And what's funny is a lot of states now are copying Tennessee on what we're doing. They're breaking up these governors' appointing powers to let's bring more balance to government. That's what people want to see, right? Let's see balance. And so that's what we're doing. So there's a lot of good things we're doing in Tennessee we should all be proud of. You saw James Campbell Boulevard.
Yeah, it's half and half right now.
Yeah.
They were working on it last night after the football game, and this morning, Ellie Grace and I cut through there, and the closest to the median, the lanes are done, but the outside lanes are not.
And that was, they were supposed to do from the Armory to Trotwood. Right, and then Senator Hensley and I got with them and said, "Okay, hold on. Can you drive with us the rest of the way and take a look at this?" And they did. And when they did, they said, we understand. We'll just do all of it for us. So we're going to get all of James Campbell Boulevard.
So it'll be all
repaid.
Well, that's good because in places it is most.
There's
of
a
the-
big hole at the near the Lowe's turn
Yes.
the turn
Oh,
lane.
boy.
I hit it every time. I know it's
My
there.
poor truck. My poor truck.
But that's our job, right?
Yes.
Our job is to have those relationships that when we say, can you take a look at something for me? So that's what we do, and the longer you're up there, the more relationships you have with people and the more they trust you, that you can get things for your community. And I thought, Joey and I thought that we needed all of James Campbell done.
Yes. Why do half of it?
Right.
or
Well, I
a
mean,
quarter of it, actually.
Remember, they did the intersection at James Campbell Boulevard and then kind of east a little bit towards
Yes.
Towards the bowling alley, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And then, okay, well, if we're not going to do it between 31 and Trotwood, we're going to have terrible road in between there, and then brand new. And we're like, just do the whole thing.
Yeah.
And so they did. So they had some extra money to spend, so they spent it here in Murray County for us.
Well,
Very
we're-
good.
And then
we're
the
glad
bypass
to
has
have-
been completed on 43. They got that
Yes.
done. And then I think there's another. We're looking at there's a spot on Columbia Highway right downtown. There's some rough pavement right there. So we've said, hey, while you're here doing James Campbell, could you sneak over here and knock this out too? And so
Yes.
they're looking at that too.
Okay.
Well,
Very good.
I've ranted about this on Three Dudes with a View, and Scott, you've heard me rant about it. The I-65 840 intercage.
Yes. Yeah. Well,
oh my goodness.
it is.
If you want to make a donation of $4.2 billion,
I'll fix it right up.
I'll have it right there.
but they have. So we did get a proposal back from a private equity firm.
Okay.
That is going to build choice lanes on 65.
I'm fascinated with this choice.
Yeah, that's
lane.
interesting. Yeah.
It is.
It's not you choose to use it if you want to,
Right.
and they will tell you how long it takes to get from like when you're looking at it to pull onto it, and let's say you want to get downtown, it'll tell you how long because it's based off of traffic.
Uh-huh.
So
That's amazing.
So what'll happen is you'll have those people that choose to use it, which will take pressure off the normal road,
Right.
which will allow it to flow easier.
And that's a common thing. Choice lanes are a common thing in Chicago and
North
that.
Carolina uses
Yeah.
them now very successfully. Georgia uses them. It's basically using private equity firm money, so we don't have to use your taxpayer money, and they will recoup all their money to a certain point, and then it becomes a cost share with the state.
Oh.
So it becomes a revenue stream for us to do more maintenance and more construction on roads.
Just take care of the roads.
But we don't have to use our money up front to build it.
Well, and that's a
Why?
blessing.
I mean, other people's money. If they
Yes.
want to invest it, let them do it.
Yes.
Exactly.
And as long as you give the people the choice to use it, it's up to them.
Okay.
So we got First Friday tonight.
First Friday tonight, the Thurgood Marshall
Unveiling tonight, too.
statue.
I'll be headed to Chattanooga.
I
I'll go
know.
make that.
Our very own Landon Seacrest's family has been very much involved with that statue.
Yes, so that will be.
So I know he and his family are very proud.
Well, that will be a very
nice.
nice added statue and amenity to downtown.
And then
Columbia.
we got Mount Pleasant and Adamsville tonight as their game.
Yes,
Columbia
and
Central takes on Franklin
Franklin
County.
County.
Yep, at Franklin County.
At Franklin
At
County,
Franklin
so
And
it's
then,
not a home.
Spring Hill and Dixon, Columbia Academy and Marshall County, and Battle Creek and someone else. Battle Creek and
Oh, I knew this.
Montgomery Central.
Okay.
Montgomery. Okay.
So week 7, and then hopefully I'll be back here next Friday with a smile on my face after Big Blue beats Big Red.
Yes, exactly. Well, it's been a wonderful show. We missed Jim Ross and
No, we
Clayton. But all right. Well, thank you for listening this morning, and we'll be back next week with Inside Middle Tennessee.
Happy trails to you until we meet again. Happy trails to you. Keep smiling until then. Who cares about the clouds if we're together? Just sing a song and bring the sunny weather. Happy trails to you till we meet.
Hi, Jimmy here for Columbia Ace Hardware. Columbia Ace Hardware now carries Magnolia Home by Joanna Gaines paint. Now their premium quality and huge selection of colors will be right in your neighborhood. Along with the award-winning service and advice Columbia Ace has always provided for your paint projects.
Breaking news this hour from Town Hall. I'm Rich Thomason.
The Senate's gearing up for another vote